Hey everyone, I hope the music and everything is fine. Just let me know. So, doing some preliminary checks. Just let me know if my voice is fine. And sorry, a pretty big update. I won't be able to do a live stream using the webcam because my laptop webcam is broken currently. So, no camera based live stream currently. But I guess that shouldn't be a problem since I'm doing a live stream after a really long time. I have been busy for pretty much quite a while now, so yeah, no regular live streams in quite a long time, but I thought that this was probably the perfect moment to do a live stream since I've not done it in a very long time. Boruto chapter 64. Haven't done a live stream for Boruto chapter in a very long time, and this time around I have actually not checked out the full spoilers of Boruto chapter 64, so I'm pretty excited to see what exactly is going on here. I have only seen the preliminary spoilers given by Organic Dinosaur. I've not seen the full summary, so I'm really excited to jump into it. Hello and welcome to the stream, Mrityunjay, Amog, and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining. Clash. Amog, did you the One Piece chapter 1032? Yes. Sure. I have already read that and probably I'll do a video about it soon enough. But for now, in this video, let's talk about Boruto chapter 64. So I'm gonna do it the usual way. I'm going to read through the chapter and give my thoughts along the way. Again, this chapter is actually going to be a little bit new for me because I have not seen the full spoilers for it. So I hope you all are going to enjoy it along with me. Proshish, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I can't open the chapter right now. I already have an active copyright strike. I don't want to get another strike by Viz.com by just having the chapter on screen. I hope you all will be able to read along with me because I'm just going to provide commentary. So, beginning with the first page, we can see here the Borushki form minus the horns. I'm still not, very keen about how this form actually looks. It looks fine, but it doesn't have really the edge which was the original Borushiki form with the horns and everything. And Code is obviously like, yeah, there we go. The Borushiki form, the Otsutsukification form is here, and Kawaki is immediately taken aback by that. He's like, you bastard, how dare you come out again? He's reminiscing the past, the time when they fought against Boro together and when the Borushiki form appeared for the very first time. I mean, that was really, what should I say? Menacing. At the same time, this form was the thing which was responsible for destroying Sasuke's Rinnegan as well. So Kawaki obviously has a very bad experience with this. But I'm still not really, understanding one particular thing right here, and that is the full scale of abilities by Ada. She's still hiding something. We can see that one of her eye is having a black sclera right now. She's most probably using her ocular powers and just having a watch upon the entire scenario. But even then I'm like, let's see what she's even capable of doing. But moving forward, Code says that Uzumaki Boruto, you're quite a puzzle. Momoshiki's consciousness, why does it emerge to this degree when you're just only a vessel? So even Code is a little taken aback by that, by why exactly is Boruto special as a vessel? I mean, why is Momoshiki's essence taking over his body when the full Otsutsukification has not been done? Now this raises a very interesting question because I feel like the Otsutsuki DNA or the Otsutsuki biology, according to it, the vessel has to be fully converted. Only then an Otsutsuki can emerge out of it. For example, how Jigen was emerging, like how Ishiki was emerging out of Jigen. So I think that's the usual scenario. But in the case of Boruto, for some reason, he is acting as a temporary vessel wherein Momoshiki's powers are able to come out. Is it because of his genes? Like, that's my biggest question at this moment. Boruto is the son of Hinata and Naruto. Naruto is taking the sides of the Sage of Six Paths, that is Hagoromo, and Hinata is from basically a descendant of Hamura. So the culmination of the genes, in a way, the culmination of Kaguya's genes, is that one of the major reasons why Boruto is able to uh, have this particular format wherein his essence is able to tap into Momoshiki's powers. This is something really interesting, and I feel like this is something which will be explored more in the future of the series as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say that Boruto, obviously he's the protagonist, so he's going to have some extra powers, but he has a special mode wherein even without being the full completed vessel, like 100% completed vessel, he's able to tap into some of the powers of the Otsutsuki members. That is interesting, that is huge, and I wonder how that eventually plays out in the overall scenario. And Boruto is still conscious, by the way. He's not unconscious. Momoshiki's aura has not completely taken over him, and he says that, "Move back, Kawaki, it ain't safe." And he just lunges back into Code, and he tries to use the Shadow Doppelganger Jutsu, or Shadow Clone Jutsu. I'm more comfortable by using the word Shadow Clone. So yeah. In the meantime, Pratyush, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. It's been a while. So yeah. And I'm sorry I can't use the webcam right now. But moving forward, Boruto is using how many clones? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. For now, I can see 5 shadow clones. Not a very big number, but of course, he doesn't have the full chakra capabilities as his father. So 5 is still an improvement over 4. I see he's stronger. Code is like, I see he's stronger. Okay. Boruto is using the number game to, take over or at least try to topple down Code. But something exciting happens here. Okay. What the hell is this? Wait, I need to reread this part. Oh, I did notice this. Code uses his black belts upon the neck region of Boruto, and he literally teleports through that. Okay, this is really interesting. I'm obviously, as I've said in the past, I'm really not a fan of the speed lines or speed art which are used a lot in Boruto and Dragon Ball Super and all these other contemporary manga, but this is good. This is a little bit of an unorthodox style of fight. Code is using his black, these black belts to fight and just jump in between. It sort of obviously reminds me of Minato's Flying Raijin, but it's maybe a different way of utilizing the same mechanic, basically. Of course, both of them are different in a way, but I'm just saying as a trope, it's basically the same thing, but using some different shenanigans. And here he is just teleporting outside from the branch of a tree, and he's hovering on top of all the shadow clones. And at the same time, a claw manifests out of one of the bodies of Boruto, and he stabs one of the shadow clones. This is interesting, and Code is literally controlling this body. It seems like Code is literally controlling this body just by using his arm and claws, and this adds a very interesting dynamic to the overall fight. Starmine, yes, the chapter is out, bro. The chapter is out, and I'm reading it on viz.com, the official website. And the shadow clones are really struggling at this moment. And the next couple of pages, that is page number 10 and 11, just show that only. There's nothing more to it. But Code is really utilizing his black belts very effectively here. He's jumping out from one shadow clone to the other. He's just moving back and forth through them, and in the middle, when one of the Boruto shadow clones tries to punch him, he is using the claws to break his momentum, and at the same time he's adding the belt lines along the ground as well, so that he can facilitate through them. I feel like this is the starting point of him laying the trap, because in the spoilers I read that Kawaki is captured later on down the chapter. So I feel like this might be the starting point wherein throughout the entire battlefield, Code is laying down his traps. Code is laying down those black studded belts, and he's just laying down the traps so that he's able to capture Kawaki. I feel like that's what actually going on. And Boruto is like such an annoying ability, but still we don't have an explanation for what exactly happened to Boruto and why is he able to control this form. Is it because of Amado's drugs that he's able to control this form temporarily? Of course, it's going to have a caveat. Of course, there are going to be more shenanigans involved in the way. But for now, it seems like Boruto is able to control this form. Even though if it's a temporary measure, but he's still able to control this form. That's a very big thing. And Kawaki being Kawaki, he says that what power? Much more than usual, but I don't get it through. It's still Boruto who's in control. When did he manage to control this body? That's the question which I'm also having at this very moment. I read the chapter already. Zeno, good job. Lucas says, Code is Naruto and Karen's son. Yes, Naruto coming. Okay, that's hilarious. Ultra Gaming says the Cyborg should make a move. Maybe we might see in 2022. That's sure. That is something which I expect to see. I mean, of course, there's that wild card factor of whoever that Cyborg character Amado is actually developing at this moment, who is just sleeping around with those large hair. Still believe it can be Hashirama or someone else. Who knows? It's not going to be Itachi. Let's be clear about that. It's not going to be Itachi. Anime Bizzle says, hey bro, I was inactive lately, need to catch up with anime and manga both. Alright, sure thing. Something is going on with the audio. Really thought Boruto would finally get his car in this chapter. I mean, it's coming. It's really coming, Prahlad. I do believe that this is definitely the setup for this car. But there are a couple of things, there are a couple of set pieces which need to be, laid down before eventually he gets his car. And guys, if the audio is not working properly, just let me know. I think it's fine. I mean, ideally it should be fine, but who knows, maybe. Just let me know if the audio is fine. Lucas says, Code is Boruto's bro. I am telling you, Naruto is... My man, Lucas. Oh. I mean, that would be a really big, scandal, but I don't think that's actually the thing. Somebody please help. Viz Media isn't opening. Wait, I'm sharing the link for the chapter. No worries. Hold on. You can read it directly from here. This is the official Viz.com page. Hinata ki death close hai few chapters mein dekh. Bhargav, I do feel like there's something going to happen in regards to Hinata. I mean, there's something big which has to happen with Hinata. She has been literally irrelevant in the story so far, but I don't think an immediate death for her would be viable or even good from a storytelling narrative. Something is definitely going to happen for her, but I don't think it's going to be her death immediately. Code fighting style is different from Delta and Boro. Yes, for sure. And I'm really liking Code as a character so far. Prior to this, he was kind of annoying, but just because of his different fighting style, I'm liking him so far. He's adding something new to the plate. He's adding an unorthodox fighting style to the plate, and in my humble opinion, this is sort of an homage to Minato as well. So yeah, combining all of these things together, I feel like I like him so far. Yeah. Naruto is a good guy, but I honestly believe that Code might have some Uzumaki ties. What do you think? Red hair, Minato like Jutsu. I mean, that's been a really long-standing theory. It's not wrong to believe that Code might be somehow related to the Uzumaki clan. But, I already have an upcoming video in regards to why exactly Kawaki, typically seals Naruto in the time skip. It's going to come out very soon, maybe in the next week itself. I'm going to talk about a lot of these factors in regards to his relationship with Naruto and what actually happens. I hope you all will like that video, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and let's move forward. So where was I? I was in page number 12 and 13. So Code says that, talk to me, Ada. I wonder if it's an effect of Amado's meds. I can't exactly tell what is going on inside Boruto's body, but at the very least, it seems like he's now able to channel Momoshiki's powers without his mind getting taken over. Correct, on point. That's exactly what all of us are thinking at this moment. I am a little skeptical as to how far this ability is actually going to be, and at the same time, even for the future of the series, I'm not saying that it happens in this chapter, but for the future of the series, I do not want Momoshiki to turn into another Kurama. I don't want Boruto and Momoshiki to have a friendly relationship, a good, symbiotic relationship. I really want Momoshiki to be like a parasite who is feeding off Boruto's body, that is going to raise the overall tension and tempo of the series. If it becomes yet another Kurama situation, that is going to be really stupid, and that's something which I really don't want to see. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you want to see a potential scenario where Boruto in the future is going to be able to tap into Momoshiki's powers directly, and Momoshiki is sort of willingly going to give him the powers? I would not like a scenario like that. I don't want him to turn into Kurama 2.0 just because Kurama is gone from the series right now. There are other ways to utilize Momoshiki's powers and make Boruto powerful. Let's not make him a secondary Kurama. Is the manga down? I mean, is Viz.com down? Star Marine says he can't open the manga. Just click on the link which I have sent. That is the direct link for Viz.com, so that should be working alright. I have opened that chapter only. Ultra Gaming says, good thing Code doesn't have an absorption jutsu because many people complain about the absorption ability. Absolutely correct. I mean, I don't complain about the absorption ability, but it's being overpowered, and it's been implemented a lot these days, and it's just getting boring currently. Like, who doesn't have this ability? Momoshiki originally had this ability. Using his Rinnegan, he was able to absorb the jutsus. Then Ada had it because of her eyes. Ishiko Tsutsuki obviously had that, and a lot of these other characters are also having the very same abilities. I am just getting tired of this, and it sort of seems like this is going to lead towards a downfall of ninjutsu as a whole, because ninjutsu based attacks are not being effective anymore. It's just taijutsu and kinjutsu. It was like the sword based fighting style. It was kinjutsu, I think. Only these are effective at this moment. I don't have a problem with that. Of course, taijutsu is amazing. I still want to see Rock Lee coming back into the series with some jazz. At the same time, I'm also a fan of swords. So these two things are not bad inherently, but the Naruto series foundation is based upon ninjutsu. Amazing, cool ninjutsu techniques. And not just Rasengan, by the way. Rasengan is just one teeny tiny aspect of it. I'm talking about, Suiton bombs, like the water dragon jutsu, the various kinds of fire style jutsus, Chidori, and all these other techniques. They all fall under ninjutsu, but with these absorption techniques, they all are rendered useless right now, because these absorption techniques are just going to, make them useless. And the characters only need to rely upon taijutsu. I mean, again, I am absolutely a huge fan of taijutsu. I still believe that Madara versus Guy is probably one of the best moments in the entire series, but I mean, it would get too one-dimensional yet again if the characters only have to rely upon taijutsu all the time. I want to see the jazz, the meat of ninjutsu coming back again, but that's just my personal opinion. We need a Kara origins arc to see how Amado created all the Kara members, because the man is insane. Absolutely correct. So far, the Kara organization has been a letdown for me personally. Initially, I thought that it was a Akatsuki knockoff. That was my initial assumption. But I was at least happy to see how Boro's stuff was handled, especially how he was a cunning manipulator, and he was basically duping people by being this fake Masiha. That was an interesting part, but beyond that, beyond Victor, there's nothing really intrinsic of value to the Kara organization. It's just a bunch of weird people who are not really diverged much into. Although I already have a couple of videos dedicated separately to Amado and what I believe about him, so you can definitely watch them out. But as a whole, the Kara organization is not my personal favorite by any margin whatsoever. In fact, I would go on to say that Momoshiki was a better villain than the Kara organization right now. Maybe this statement might change in the future, but for me, currently, the Kara was not that good. Am I the only one who has noticed Kishi Surly telling us that his karma has limitations? I mean, yes, that is true, and I like that. I hope that this is an executive decision which has been taken, because when karma was introduced, it was overpowered as hell. People literally didn't know what was the limitation to this ability, but slowly we are seeing the limitations to it, and I'm fine with that. I don't want a hacks ability that is going to just ruin the series. It needs some form of believable handicap, and I'm happy with that, especially with the physical, how it is not able to absorb physical matter. That's a really good caveat. Snake Boy or Lady Madara kahan hai, kya hai? Snake Boy, our Snake Boy. Oh, I really miss, Mitsuki, and of course by Lady Madara you mean Orochimaru. Indeed, where the hell is that guy? Where is Orochimaru? I've been making videos about Orochimaru potentially being in the next chapter for a really long time, and I've just dropped it now. I don't know when he's going to arrive. But moving forward, let's go to page 14 and 15. And oh my goodness, this such a long time. It's been such a long time. Naruto Sage Mode. Oh my god. I just thought it would be cool to see if Kakashi becomes Hokage again, and if Naruto gets sealed in future, just like the third Hokage. Yes, Prahlad, my upcoming video would be sort of threading into that territory. So again, just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay vigilant whenever I upload that video. And also join my Discord server. Whenever I upload a new video, I'm going to update that on the Discord server as well. Links are in the description, so just join my Discord server as well. Hope we get to see the wisdom of the sage in the next chapter. Naruto in Sage Mode. Yes. It's been such a long time. I love the Sage Mode. It's probably one of my favorite forms so far in the entirety of the Naruto series, including all the KCM forms and whatnot. The Sage Mode has its own charm. Let's be real about that. And I just hope that Sasuke and some other characters also eventually learn that. That would be so good. And yeah, I'm just still wondering, why did other characters not go on to learn it? I mean, even Naruto should have told some people, okay, you should probably go and learn the Sage Mode. It would be important, or this might be beneficial for the village in future. I mean, that's just absurd for me, and especially since Naruto has such a good relationship with Mount Myoboku, it shouldn't have been a problematic thing. And on the topic of Sage Mode, again, a video about Naruto is coming up very soon. The editing for it is almost done. I guess I will be able to publish it by Sunday. It would be titled Beyond Sage Mode. What is the next step for Naruto in regards to Sage Mode? I mean, currently he's in perfect stage, but in accordance with anime rules, nothing is a stagnant thing. There's always going to be a form beyond that. So what is going to be the Beyond Sage Mode? We'll talk about that pretty soon. Okay, so the conversation here begins with Ino. She's like, huh? Boruto's chakra? And now it is like, yep, forget about Kawaki's, switch everyone over to home on Boruto's chakra. A few dozen kicks around the village. Stat. Correct, Naruto. That is a correct observation. I'm just so happy to see when characters just click. Boruto was thinking that his dad would be able to figure it out immediately, that they should divert their attention to Boruto's chakra and not Kawaki's chakra, and Naruto immediately picking up on that. And he has 3 shadow clones ready who are, tapping into the sage mode. But I'm just, a bit skeptical here. I don't know if I'm telling this right or not, but currently Naruto should, like, if I remember correctly, Naruto should be able to tap into the sage mode pretty quickly. Does he really need 3 shadow clones, like 2 shadow clones and his main body, to tap into the sage mode? I thought that this should happen faster. I mean, generally in battles we have seen him going into the sage mode faster without this much amount of preparation. Are the shadow clones to increase his overall range? I mean, it's been a while. Again, it's been a while since I've seen adult Hokage Naruto doing the sage mode, so I might be remembering it wrong. But if anyone is able to remember this, like, understand what I'm trying to say, is Naruto's sage mode being a little nerfed here? Does he really need 2 shadow clones to search the entirety of the village? I don't think so. I don't think that's quite justifiable. Mrityunjay, I think you are talking about Sumire. I feel like you're talking about Sumire. And yeah, King Zilla Godzilla, I think so far this chapter is really good for me. So far, I mean, I have not reached the ending yet. I'm currently at page number 15. But so far, I feel like this chapter is pretty good. And yeah, sucks that we have to wait for another month. But that's how things are actually, so can't really do anything. Iron Man versus Code, I want to see. Okay. So, Shikamaru here, he says that worst case, the enemy too. Code may have already tracked down Kawaki, even killed him. And Naruto is like, Shikamaru, what are you doing here? Shikamaru is like, isn't it obvious? I can't let you go alone. You don't have Kurama's powers anymore. It'd be suicide. And Naruto is like, are you telling me to abandon the kids? Naruto is like, Shikamaru is like, calm down, let me finish. No one is thinking about trying to stop you. I mean, hats off to the OG. Shikamaru is the only one, like, I mean, it's just amazing to see how he is keeping a level head. Many people will say that he's becoming annoying these days because of how he's constantly trying to stop characters like Boruto, Kawaki, even Naruto and Sasuke to some extent, but he's the one who is actually following protocols, and that is sort of important in a situation like this. It's really important to follow some set of protocol and have a sane, solid mind at this moment, and Shikamaru is providing that, role absolutely effectively. Shikamaru will be in a battle after a long time. I think so. I haven't seen it yet, but I think so. Hinata? Okay, after a long time. Let's see. But again, I'm sorry guys, Hinata looks just obnoxiously bad in the manga. I'm just so... yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. But either way, Shikamaru is like, I'm going with you. Since unfortunately Sasuke isn't back from tracking Code yet and Sai is on Amado's guard duty, so I have to go with you. Again, Shikamaru will be in a battle after a long time. I am extremely excited about it. What new jutsu can we see from Shikamaru? Let's go. And Naruto is obviously taken aback a little. He says like, Shikamaru, and Shikamaru says that, I know it will be dangerous. I don't want to argue with you. Just be grateful. We are not stopping you. Well, let's head out as soon as Boruto's location is, Boruto's located. But at that moment, Hinata comes out. She's like, Naruto, I'll go too. I can't just stay still. Guys, I haven't reached the end of this chapter yet, but I hope she also goes. I hope she goes. I mean, she has been irrelevant for such a long time. Hinata is probably my biggest disappointment for the entirety of the Boruto series. Some people say that it is Rock Lee, some people say that it is Kakashi, some people be like Shino, but no, they are all still having some of the rules, but it is Hinata who is absolutely, rendered down useless. And again, I'm not saying that it's a problem for her to be just a housewife. That is not the thing. It's that she's been irrelevant in the overall story. Not even the anime has given us something to do. So I hope that this is the moment for Hinata to shine a little bit. She doesn't need to defeat Code, she doesn't need to defeat Ada, she doesn't need to defeat anyone, but just rather be relevant in the story. Just that's what I'm asking. I'm not asking for a lot of things. I'm just asking her to be a little relevant for the overall story. Just maybe her being like in her usual self, not usual self, but like a homage to her prior self, where she tried to jump in front of pain to save Naruto. I just hope that her motherly instincts kick in this time, and maybe she tries to save Boruto and shows us what she's actually made up of. Because after all, she is the Byakugan princess. She's not someone weak, mind you. She's not a weak character. She's a really strong character. So I just hope that her role is utilized a little better in the Boruto series. Just that's what I'm asking for. I'm not asking her to be the Otsutsuki Slayer. That's beyond the point. But just trying to save Boruto. Just go out there. Just do something relevant. Just that's it. And poor Himawari, she's like, Mama, Papa. She's just obviously not taking this very well. But Naruto says that no way, think of Himawari, what if something happens to you, please stay here. Shikamaru is like, I know how you feel, but please don't insist, Hinata. Listen to Naruto for my sake, if nothing else. Okay, I think that Hinata is not going to go right at this moment, but maybe she will jump in later on. Maybe she'll help tracking Boruto and the other characters later on, especially because of her utilization of the Byakugan. Because at least, if anything in the Boruto series, the Byakugan has got back some of its relevance. That's good. Who knows? Maybe battle experience Hinata and Hima, both of them. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I feel like if Naruto and Shikamaru join in the battlefield, it will be a lot easier. Yeah, my wish wasn't granted. She doesn't go into the battle as of yet, but I still have a feeling that she might be utilized later on in this arc, maybe to provide some form of, emotional turmoil for Boruto. I can't see her getting killed as of yet. That would be too much. She hasn't been relevant in the story so far to be, just directly killed. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. That would be pretty lame. Had she been important, maybe at least in the last 5 to 6 chapters, and then she was killed, I feel like that would have been even. I feel like that would have been at least better. But for now, her death would be totally meaningless. It would not have any major consequences because she has not been built up. But she can still provide an emotional support and emotional turmoil, motivational point or a turning point for the character of Boruto if eventually something happens, especially around the turning of the time skip. But moving forward, Hima is like, it'll be okay, you'll come back safely with Big Bro and Kawaki, isn't it? And Naruto is like, he's looking back upon Hima, and immediately he turns into Sage. Like, he turns back into the Sage mode, and he's like, of course, have you forgotten who your dad is? My man. The Sage mode. Hima is obviously a little concerned, and Himawari is also concerned. She's like, Naruto, Boruto, Kawaki, please stay safe. But man, Naruto looks so good in the Sage mode. I still like, it's my favorite form. Let's be real about it. KCM is fine and all, but the Sage mode has a charm of its own. This is good. Sparksvilla, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, moving forward, page number 2021. Let's see what's happening here. Boruto. Okay, we can see some speech bubble around his right eye, and it seems like he is losing consciousness. Maybe Momoshike's will is taking over his body, but I can't really say for sure. But he's just aiming upon, Code's black straps, and he's like, seems like I cannot absorb it. These claw marks, they must not be made out of chakra. They are most likely made out of physical embodiment of chakra. They might be basically physical objects. They are not made directly out of chakra. So yeah, those are the traits of these cyborgs, and these abilities cannot be nullified directly by the karma mark. So that's interesting. But Kawaki goes on to say that they're mostly physical. Okay, wait. Does he say? They are mostly physically embodied chakra, but there's some iron mixed in his blood that is making these composites. So of course, because of the physical element, these marks cannot be absorbed by the karma enough to be considered physical matter, and thus the karma cannot absorb it. Okay, that's good. That is a really good handicap, by the way. That's something which is going to be important later on. I'm pretty sure about that, especially considering how Boruto is going to get the scratch marks, or the like scratch over his eyes and forehead. That is coming. Now, I know this chapter doesn't have it, but pretty sure that it's going to come up in the next 5-6 chapters whatsoever. But Kawaki's like, but more importantly, what's up with you? How the heck did Momoshiki go? Where the heck did Momoshiki go? And Boruto's like, don't know whether it's an effect of the meds or not, but it never really happened before. And Kawaki's like, which means it's unreliable. You better not suddenly lose control. And Boruto's like, worry later. For now, let's focus on taking him down, because that'll save everything. And Code is like, whatever the effects of those meds, Amandos, they can't actually get rid of Momoshiki. You're still an Otsutsuki now and beyond. And Boruto is a bit taken aback by this. He's like, how does he know that I'm taking these meds? He is of course not aware of Ada's ability. He's not aware of Ada's clairvoyance. So that's going to be interesting to see. But Code is like, not that it matters to me, but whether you're Boruto or Momoshiki, as long as the divine tree originates from feeding you to the 10 tails, I'm fine with that. So that's true. That is true. That seems safe. Okay, no thanks. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is... Oh, I was right in this particular regard. Code was indeed laying down some traps on the battlefield, because he just vanishes from one of those black marks and he immediately comes up from behind of Kawaki and he captures him. I was correct at least in that particular regard. But yeah, he has taken in Kawaki's he has taken Kawaki in his custody, and he's like, goodbye for now. It was fun, Uzumaki Boruto. I'll see you soon. And Boruto tries to jump in. He's like, hey, hold up, let go of Kawaki, she's waiting. No, okay. Code says that, let's go Kawaki, she's waiting. She, obviously it is Ada, not anyone else. Wait, who is using this Kagebonshin? Oh, Kawaki uses Kagebonshin. He uses the hand signs for Kagebonshin. He uses a shadow clone. This shadow clone tries to punch Code, but Code obviously takes care of him immediately. But at that very moment, Boruto uses his Rasengan. Is it regular Rasengan? Is this vanishing Rasengan? Is this that compressed Rasengan? I'm not really sure of it as of yet. But Boruto is like, glad you're finally joining into the party. And Kawaki sort of dodges it, like tries to dodge it, but at that very moment, Code gets back into his black belt and he emerges out of in a different position. Again, as I said before, this is really reminding me a lot about Minato, but it's a really different twist to the overall thing, and this is a welcome twist. I like his fighting mechanics so far. And Code is a little taken aback. He's like, what is this, Kawaki? I thought you agreed to come with me. And Kawaki and Boruto are, recovering from this current predicament. He's like, don't get the wrong idea. Everything I've done and do is all for the Lord 7th. And Boruto is like, exactly. And if we take you down right here, that would be the fastest and easiest method. Again, we can see Ada, who is looking up to all of these things. But it's been a while since I've read this chapter, so what are all of these marks? Like, these marks, they have been present throughout this entire chapter. They are present upon Ada's panel, they are present on Boruto's panel, they are present on Code's panel. What is exactly the meaning of this mark? It's like it's in English translation it says UMM. But why? What is the relevance of this chapter? These marks, I can't really understand, But Code says that I'm starting to get pissed off at both of you. Fine, let me make this very clear. It'll go better for you if you just obey me. And Boruto is like, Is that all you've got to say? Then come, let's settle this once and for all. So this is going to be round 3 of Boruto versus Code. And Naruto finally found Boruto. He's like, I found Boruto roughly 40 clicks to the northwest, and there's someone else as well whose chakra I don't recognize. Obviously Shikamaru says that, is this Code? Ino, are you there? He's trying to inquire all of these things from Ino, and Ino is like, we know where Boruto is, we are heading down there, our enemies must be elusive, maintain high alert across the whole village. And Ino is like, copy that, be careful Shikamaru, be careful Naruto. And Naruto is probably keeping these two shadow clones in backup for the Sage mode, I think so. And Naruto gets up, and along with Shikamaru they head towards that battle. And there's an interesting line here. Shikamaru says that, Naruto, that Sage mode of yours, you can't sustain it for that long, right? How do you look? How long do you think? Naruto says, don't worry, quite a lot longer than before actually call it the wisdom of age. Okay, wait, what? You guys were saying wisdom of sage? Wisdom of sage and wisdom of age, that's two different things. Wait a minute. Mrityunjay said about wisdom of sage, I think. Wait, I can't find it now. Guys, can anyone help me? What was wisdom of sage that you told? Here it's saying wisdom of the age. Is it different? I've seen the chapter, I can't open. Okay. All these. I'm reading all of these chats. Naruto is in Sage mode. Let's go, Kawaki. Good chapter. I can't find it. But yeah. Those marks are JoJo reference? Okay, is that really a JoJo reference? I mean, of course, I remember seeing these upon JoJo, but damn, that would be a really good one if that is actually a JoJo reference, a proper JoJo reference. But I guess that's just an auxiliary effect to show something here. But Naruto just says that this is call it the wisdom of age. Come on, what's the wisdom of age? And Naruto's like, yeah, Naruto doesn't answer that, and Shikamaru is like, listen, don't overdo it, Naruto. And Naruto is like, yeah, I know. And now both of our heroes jump in onto the battle. Never knew that there is more Sage mode update. I love it. Yes, there has to be. And Chaitanya, now that Kurama is gone, we should see stage 2 of Sage mode. My video about that is coming up very, very, very soon. I feel like that has to do a lot with Hashirama's Sage mode, and I'm excited to see how that unfolds. My video upon Beyond Sage mode is coming out very soon, guys. Please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. I'm going to, talk about that very, very soon. So yeah. Do you think we get an Sage update? Yes, I do think that it is about time to get an update to Sage mode. A Beyond Sage mode would come up very soon. Yeah, Mrityunjay, I think you have read wrong. It was not the wisdom of sage, it was the wisdom of age. Naruto is basically saying that he's older now, he's wiser now, so that's why this is the wisdom of age. He knows better ways to manage his Sage mode right now, which is amazing, which is correct, which is everything which I wanted to see basically. This line itself, it's just making things a lot cooler. But the page after that, I am not a fan of it. Page number 34 and 35. I dislike it a lot. I'm just not a fan of the amount of speed lines in these couple of pages. It's just something which I don't like. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like this much amount of, speed lines in my chapter. Cool, I follow you. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you so much for subscribing. But moving forward, like I said, I am not a huge fan of the amount of speed lines used in this chapter. There are better ways to showcase action, but this is just obnoxious. And of course, Code is utilizing his black belts yet again to try and make a sneak attack upon Boruto. Boruto at the same time is also using his Vanishing Rasengan, it seems like. Yeah, it is the Vanishing Rasengan. Again, awesome to see the Vanishing Rasengan. It's probably one of my favorite, moves in the Boruto series overall, and his overall arsenal as well. So yeah, good job. Moving forward, page number 38 and 39. What's going on here? Let me analyze what's going on here. Code again. Okay, yeah, I got it. Code is using his previous tactics. He is using his long claws to break the momentum of Boruto's Vanishing Rasengan. Otherwise, he would have been thrown for a really long distance. But he's using his claw marks to make belts, those black belts on the go, and he vanishes into one of those belts, and he comes out of it in a separate place. That is a really, really good battle tactic. Good job there. This is something really interesting. It's different from the typical fights that we have seen with, say, characters like Ishiko Otsutsuki, Momoshiki Otsutsuki, all of these other characters, even Boro, even Delta. And this is exciting. This is adding something new to the plate. And again, all of these just remind me of it as an homage to Minato. And Kawaki's like, bastard, he used that claw marks to teleport away from the Rasengan again. Good job. That was a bit of a close call. Okay, so the Vanishing Rasengan is effective. Pretty effective, because even Code says that, yeah, that was a close call. I'll have to watch for those Vanishing Rasengans. That's always good to hear, how the evolved forms of Rasengans are used. Just one thing which I want to see again, and that is the, what should I say? Rasen Shuriken. It's been a really long time since you have seen that. And I feel like the Rasen Shuriken is something which can be utilized upon Code, especially because he doesn't have the proper absorbing abilities. That's good. Thank you for the subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Please share this video with your friends. Give this video a thumbs up. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I know it's been a bit late. I have not been that consistent in uploading, so my apologies in advance for that. But thank you so much for joining in, each and every one of you. Thank you so much. So yeah, moving forward, let's see. Damn it, that wasn't close enough for us. That wasn't close enough for us. And Ada is like, close call? Not funny, you idiot. Quit fooling around. And Damon is still sleeping. I can't stand this little guy. He's annoying. Damon is really, really annoying. And Boruto is like, so cheap tricks don't work. Well, I guess we just have to go all out. But it did work, man. Vanishing Rasengan was really effective. Even Code says that maybe if you could use it more effectively, that would have been good, but who knows. But at that very moment, okay, this is where things get interesting. Page number 41 and 40 and 41. Boruto falls down on the ground. He's just gasping for air. He's clenching his chest. He's holding down his chest, and he's like, he's making all of these sounds, and he falls to the ground. And Kawaki's like, hey Boruto, what's happening? And that's the end of this chapter. Okay, next chapter we are going to see something big. Next chapter we are definitely going to see something big. If there was any, amount of those black lines around Boruto, I would have said that the next chapter immediately we might have got the scar. But since there is no, black lines or black marks surrounding him, I would say that it might take a little while longer for him to get those marks. So yeah, that is the current predicament. That is the overall scenario currently. This is Boruto chapter 64. For me, this was a really good chapter. I really enjoyed this a lot. What do you guys think? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as well as on the chat. So now that the chapter is officially over, let me read some of the chats I missed. Something unexpected is going to happen soon. Yes, definitely. Soham says, can I skip Dressrosa? Its pacing is too annoying. I know that the pacing is a little annoying, but don't skip Dressrosa. It's really like, okay, for me it was really good, and it has definitely some really good moments as well. But I would say that just maybe focus the storyline and see the final fights. Moving on. Maybe it will take 3 years for Boruto to complete Otsutsukification, and that might be the reason for the time skip. I don't think that it would be 3 years, because remember, 80% of the Otsutsukification is already done. Had it been a little lower, like the number had it been lower, I would have said that okay, the time skip would eventually involve his Otsutsukification, but I don't think that the immediate time skip will come up because of the Otsutsukification. That is going to come up for something different. Not gonna lie, I'm worried about Shikamaru. Hope he doesn't get killed here. Correct, Mrityunjay, especially because this chapter we got a Shikamaru based cover. I don't like where things are going for Shikamaru currently, because his disease, like his death might be coming up. That is true. I might have to make a video upon this. I prior to this chapter, I hadn't thought about it, but I do believe that it makes a lot of sense, and it will also be a very good catalyst for an event which I'm about to say, which is the betrayal of the other villages. I feel like the other villages are going to betray Naruto, and that is eventually going to lead towards the full-fledged war. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to talk about all of these things in my upcoming videos, as to why Kawaki basically goes on to seal Naruto. I feel like this is going to be a very good plot point. I hadn't thought about Shikamaru's death, but it will, align very well with the theory which I am currently having. So thank you so much, Mrityunjay, for that. DFS King says, I'm an OG Naruto fan. I don't have a problem with Naruto getting new modes and everything, but when it's Sasuke is gonna have a new power upgrade, I feel like Kishimoto just forgot about him. Yeah, man, it's sad to see Sasuke's fall. I believe that there is still a reason for why he was having so many chakra problems, but and I have been intending to make that video for a really long time, but I just wasn't getting the enough amount of time. I hope I'm able to do it very soon, but yeah, it feels sad to be a Sasuke fan. But I just hope that something might come up for him in the future. I just hope that he's not forgotten overall. If he doesn't get any of these, there's just, that's true. But yeah, this chapter was pretty good. And that's lame because Naruto got Baron mode out of nowhere, and the main purpose of defeating Ishiki while Sasuke keeps losing. Yeah, that is true. If you watch my prior videos, especially the video where I talked about the nerf of Naruto and Sasuke, I've gone in depth over it as to why logically and story-wise it makes sense for Sasuke to lose his Rinnegan, especially after how much trouble he gave Momoshiki. But the manner in which all of these things were, handled, it was terrible. For Sasuke, it was the worst. For Naruto's power-up, it was absurd. It came out of nowhere, but at least it was handled well. So that's my overall, you could say, stance in this entire scenario. Hey, you're not Shikamaru. Yeah, he's gonna have a moment like his father, I feel like that. But I wish that Shikarai was developed a little bit more, so that his Shikamaru's death would feel a little more meaningful. But at the same time, if Naruto is there, I feel like it's going to be still pretty good. Can Sasuke have his Sharingan or Rinnegan back? Will Sasuke have his... I feel like he might get his Sharingan back, but not Rinnegan as of yet. Not immediately anyway. So these are my thoughts on Boruto chapter 64. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as well as on the chat. The chat window is open currently. Maybe 10 more minutes, the overall chapter is over. But if you guys want to ask me anything, I'm available right now. It's been a really long time since I've done a live stream. So I'm really happy with the overall things. Sada versus Chocho, no. I haven't seen those couple of episodes. I'm not a fan of the new Chunin exam arcs. So, yeah. I am currently keeping the anime on hold, at least for now. We'll see how the entirety of the arc is handled, but for now, I'm keeping the anime on hold. And in the meantime, guys, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I do weekly anime and manga related contents. I'm pretty sure that you will like my style of videos and all. So show some support, subscribe to the channel, join the channel membership. And if you want to financially support this channel, the super chats are open. That would be really dope. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for joining this live stream. It's been really a good while. I really miss talking to you all, and I'm again sorry for not being available on webcam. My laptop's webcam is just broken currently, so I'm really sorry about that. But Mayank says that Shikamaru's death will affect Shikadai like when Shikaku died in the war. That is obviously correct, but I just wish Shikadai was a little bit more developed in the series as a character. I mean, when Shikaku died in the story, Shikamaru was already developed as a singular character, so it made a lot of sense. But if we are having a direct comparison in that way, Shikadai is not developed so much. Instead, it would be more interesting to see the reactions from Naruto, Temari, and Inoshikacho, especially Inoshikacho. That would be devastating to see. How do you think this arc will end? The arc is more unexpected than I thought. True that. I do believe that it's going to end with Boruto's scar. He is definitely going to get the scar in this arc at the end of this arc. But I'm still a bit conflicted on whether this will directly lead us to the time skip, or is there going to be a little bit of more stuff before the eventual coming of time skip. I do believe that there are going to be more Otsutsuki characters who are introduced, but I'm still not sure if it's going to be before the time skip or after the time skip. If those Sharingans are preserved somewhere, can we see something like what Danzo did? I don't really think they're going to go the route of Danzo. That would be a bit too much for a character like Sasuke, but he might very well go to someone like Orochimaru for a little bit of help. I do believe that the only person who would be properly able to help Sasuke would be none other than Orochimaru. That would make the most sense in my opinion. Again, it's been a long time since we have seen Orochimaru properly in the story, but I just want to see Orochimaru again. That would be really good. We saw villagers staring angrily on Kawaki back when he returned from the Ishiki fight. Villagers betraying Naruto makes sense. No, I'm not saying about Konoha villagers betraying Naruto. I mean, that could be good to see, like that would be interesting to see, but I think Naruto has made enough contribution to Konoha to wherein they can like trust Naruto blindly. But I would go on to say that a betrayal is coming soon in the future of the series from the other village, involving both Kawaki as well as Boruto, where Boruto is seen as a bigger threat than even Kawaki, and where everyone is trying to eliminate Boruto even behind the backs of Naruto, and where the world sort of betrays Naruto, and that's going to be the catalyst for Kawaki. Kawaki might become like a Yandere character, like not full on Yandere, but he might become a Yandere character where, because of his admiration and love and respect for Naruto, he's just going to be like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna destroy everything. I'm just gonna, destroy everyone who is going to go behind the backs of Naruto. And because of the threat of the Otsutsuki, like because of the Divine Tree's threat, he's most likely going to seal Naruto in a different dimension and then go after, the other villages like Sunagakure, Kirigakure, Kumogakure, etc. That is the potential which I'm trying to see, and that is one of the major reasons why he loses trust upon Shinobi, because the world of Shinobi didn't care for Naruto at that moment when he needed it the most. He saw the downfall of the Shinobi world and its vices, Because let's remember, even though this is the time of, or the era of peace, the shinobi world is not beyond its vices. There's still a lot of shady stuff going on, and when Kawaki sees that, he'll be like, the shinobi world doesn't deserve all this credit, and he just obliterates everything. That might be the, turning point. And of course, the other Otsutskis are also going to be involved in the fray, but I don't think that Kawaki is going to be, totally brainwashed by someone. It's just sort of going to be Kawaki's fall as a character because of his immense admiration for Naruto, to the point where he literally becomes a yandere character. It's very much plausible. That is that's what I feel is actually going to be. Because I don't see Kawaki himself betraying Naruto. That's just going to be absurd, even if anything happens whatsoever. So yeah, that's my current predicament. Akshat, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. Mayank says Kishimoto can pull off a plot twist in the name of Jogan, because until now we haven't seen any information. True. I still believe that the Jogan is going to be canon. I mean, it's still canon, and it's going to be related to the Otsutsuki king or Otsutsuki god. So yeah. Do chapter 64 come out today, chat? Yes, My Life 33. The chapter is out. It came out at 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Now convert that according to your time zone. But it's been about 2 hours since the chapter is out. Both Boruto chapter 64 and the latest Dragon Ball Super chapter as well. Tom Vergus says, I think Shikadai is developed enough in the anime for it. It might be the right. If I'm right, their together moment, that is a possible foreshadow for. Yeah, that's true. In the anime, at least, he is developed with everything. But I'm just talking solely about the manga. He's not developed that much beyond that one Kawaki chapter where Shikadai was talking with Kawaki and how Kawaki was having a mental breakdown. Like Shikadai was doing good in Mitsuki. Yes, correct. Recent episode of Why Shikadai Never Wears a Vest. Again, like I said, the anime has done a really good job in this particular regard, but it's just the manga which I'm talking about at this moment. Yeah, that is correct, Tom. That is absolutely correct. So anything else which you guys want to talk about? Anything else which you guys want me to talk about? That would be good. Either he thinks he's not ready for that, or he's waiting for Inojin and Chocho to become a Chunin. Potentially, because he is, after all, the son of his father. So he is Shikamaru's son. So he is a brilliant strategist and everything. Jogan is canon. Kishimoto is the one who's suggested to episode. I mean, it is canon, of course. But as of now, it is anime canon. It's not appeared in manga, so I'm not going to say otherwise. But I do believe that it is connected directly to the Otsutsuki king or Otsutsuki god. But still, unless we get a official confirmation sort of thing, I don't want to stress upon it. I don't want to enter into that debate. But at least my overall culmination at this moment would be that the Jogan is not non-canon. It's not a non-canon or a filler thing. That's wrong. That's just wrong. Okay, what else? What role will the new cyborg play? That's an interesting question to ask. That is really an interesting thing to ask. Okay, moving forward to Tom's question. The manga is not reliable for side characters development. It's only expected for the anime since. Absolutely correct. The anime has been doing a pretty stellar work in developing the side characters. The manga, on the other hand, is just a shallow afterthought. That's the unfortunate truth currently. But still, even then, I just want to see some form of an interaction prior to Shikamaru's abrupt death. I mean, sure, if something like that happens, the anime will expand upon it. It will add more Shikadai and Shikamaru scenes. But I just hope or believe that the manga handles this scenario better. Moreover, it would be a overall better scenario than directly Naruto and Sasuke dying. I still don't believe that either of these characters are actually going to die even now or in the future of the series. Especially Naruto, he's going to be sealed. I don't see him dying as of yet. So yeah. Bang says Jogan may be connected to Ada and Daemon because Jogan looks like full moon, and that has been a theory, but I can't believe that as of yet, because it would be too much for Amado to like replicate the actual eye of the Otsutsuki clan. So that might be a little difficult to do, especially considering how we have seen the Otsutsuki god and how OP it looks. If Amado was able to actually do that, then he should not have ideally had a problem with the Otsutsuki clan in the first place. I don't think that the eyes of Ada and Daemon are directly linked to the Jogan, but it might be the blueprint upon which their eyes are actually based upon, like two halves which combine to form a Jogan-like substance or a Jogan-like power. It might be two separate keys which are needed to form a new power, and the basis for that power, the blueprint for that power, were the eyes of the Jogan. I think Boruto is going through cardiac arrest. No. That's not what I think. It is Momoshiki taking over, but at the same time, it's also the after effect of the drugs. That has to be the point. There is an after effect of the drug, which is definitely happening here. And yeah, Mrityunjay, I also believe that Momoshiki's essence or Momoshiki's will is taking over his body. The anime is so boring now. I'm myself not a huge fan of this ongoing arc, some of these episodes, so I've kept the anime on hold for now. I will get back to it in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I get your point, but I mean, it is what it is. We can't really do anything about it, because the anime has already caught up a lot with the manga. If it had started with this arc, it would have gone past the manga directly, so it would have been a problem. What do you think of the new manga, Ayashimon? Haven't heard of it. Wait, I haven't checked of it. Let me do a quick Google search. Read Ayashimon manga. It's on Viz. The creator of Hell Spirit. Okay, it is by the creator of Hell Spirit. That's good. But I mean, there are so many new mangas which are coming up and which are going up that I just feel sad now. Like Candy Flurry was one of those series which I really enjoyed, a new series which I really enjoyed, but unfortunately it was axed. So I just have a hard time now starting some new manga series. But if it's good, I'm definitely going to give it a try. So yeah, that's true. I do think from a narrative aspect that either one might die or both. According to Kishimoto, enjoys playing parallels, since the prophecy holds the weight of some key character like Naruto and Sasuke won't die. I do get your point, but I feel like Naruto's death would be a redundant factor at this moment. Him being sealed away would be a much more interesting narrative for the series, and Sasuke's death would be aligned a lot with his brother, and I don't want him to walk along the same trajectory or path of his brother. So that is my current you could say thought process. But yeah, if anything happens to them, I do believe that Sasuke is the one who's going to get the short end of the stick. He is the one who might eventually get the axe. I don't feel like Naruto is going to die. If anything, it's going to be only Sasuke. But even then, that's not going to happen right now. It will happen maybe sometime down the future. This could be part of the reason the anime is focused on younger audience, since to build this up connected to the previous comment. Yeah, I do get your point. Speed lines. Yes, Joy, that is one thing which I really hated in this chapter. I'm not a fan of the speed lines. It's just obnoxious. There are better ways to draw or showcase actions, but it is what it is. We can't really do anything about it. The art for the chapters have improved considerably, but the speed lines still annoy me a lot. Spoilers है किसी को चुनिन एग्जाम्स का क्या? It doesn't matter that much at this moment. I mean, it's fine, but don't give it. How strong is Boruto controlled Borushiki form compared to KCM to Naruto? I honestly I haven't even given a thought to it. Mm, Who knows at this moment? Will have to think about it. I guess this is it. It's been over an hour since we are streaming. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for joining in. It's been a really good stream. So thank you guys. If you want to support the channel financially, then please join the channel membership, and even the super chats are open. Anything, any form of super chat would really support the channel. But either way, thank you so much for each and every one of you for joining in. Joy says that good chapter 9 out of 10. I won't give a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8, 8.5. But yeah, this was a much better chapter than the previous one. It has the element of mystery, that what happens at the end. It has a good amount of cliffhanger. It has good art, decent art. It is showing us the revival of Sage mode. And yeah, because of all of these things, I really like the chapter so far. If Boruto can die, I mean fake his death and everyone... yeah, that's true. Side effect of Amado's pills? Definitely. I do believe that the ending of this chapter, especially the cliffhanger, is in fact a relation to the side effects of Amado's drugs. But at the same time, it might also be a side effect of Momoshiki taking over his consciousness, because the effect of the drugs might be getting over. So the scene can tip in both the ends of the spectrum. It would be too soon to make a decision right at this very moment. So he can remain undetected by Ida. That is a good comment, Mayank. That is a good comment. The current arc in the anime, according to the spoilers, are a short one. Like, it ends around at 226 and 227, and the next big arc is likely going to start. I wonder what the next big arc will be. Like, I'm pretty sure that they are not going to adapt this ongoing manga arc. I haven't read the spoilers yet, so I don't know. But if they do that, that would be a very ballsy, act. I'm not sure about it. Chunin exams, current one is a transitional arc for preparing something potentially good. Yeah, I hope so. But I just wonder what other arc can they introduce right now, which will be like a buffer in between both of these arcs, these post Kawaki arcs and whatnot. If it doesn't work on Otsutsuki, then how did she knew about Byakugan suppressing drugs? I feel like it's not just her not understanding the Otsutsuki clan members, or like not working upon the Otsutsuki clan members, but rather her clairvoyance is able to see everything. It doesn't matter if you are an Otsutsuki or anything. She could easily have been able to see upon Naruto, see upon Hinata and all the other characters, and saw that Boruto is taking all of these drugs. That is, the effect of the clairvoyance ability that Ada has. She doesn't really need to tap into Boruto's consciousness directly. I don't know if that's even possible or not, but either way, there are many avenues by which she would be able to see how Boruto is taking these drugs. And managed to track Kawaki leaving village. Yeah. Just read the manga. I mean, I am reading the manga, of course. Now the training arc to compensate for the loss of Kurama. I mean, that would be good. Maybe that would lead us eventually to this part, that is the new Sage mode. Because I'm pretty sure that in these upcoming battles, Naruto is going to unlock a better version of the Sage mode. So if Naruto is actually having a training arc, sort of a training arc, and maybe he encourages some of the other characters to also undergo the Sage training, that would be really, really good. That would be really, really good. Not gonna lie, this Boruto was badass. True, that is true. No, but if my guess is right, the manga has given hints for it. Amado talking about catching the outers in the manga. I think that might happen in the anime. Possible, like them extracting more information about the Kara organization. That would be understandable as well. Totally. Konohamaru arc, is that true? Haven't seen Bhargav. I haven't seen this spoiler. So, is it really going to be a Konohamaru centric arc? That's interesting, especially considering how much Konohamaru is nerved and I won't say irrelevant, but yeah, he has been not really treated well by the manga or anime so far. So it would be interesting to get a new Konohamaru arc. Hopefully he will get his sort of redemption, but yeah, let's see. Manga told us that Sasuke didn't come back in current chapter, but where is my man Kakashi? True. Where is Kakashi? Where is Tsunade? Where are all these other characters? These OP characters. When they heard the news that Naruto has lost Kurama, they should be running and coming back to the village. Even though Naruto is strong enough, but still, it should be a matter of huge concern. I know that they are keeping this a hush hush. They are not telling this to everyone for obvious reasons, but I mean, they are the previous Hokage. They have a right to know about this, especially Kakashi. So I wonder what, when will that be involved in the overall story? Like how manga did hinted about the prison arc in the manga. Yes, yes, yes. The prison arc and all these stuff. I do believe that a arc based upon the outer Kara members would be pretty good. Like extracting more intel, extracting more information from them. Let's see. So I guess this is it. Been a long while since I've talked with you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. This is it for today. See you all on the next one. I'm keeping the chat on for maybe 2-3 minutes more. If you want to write anything more for me, that would be good. If you want to give any super chats and all, that is also appreciated. But this is it for today. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for joining in. Let's see you all on the next one.